Hey everybody, my name is Shane and welcome back to my channel. Today we are filming my vanity tour video. I'm so excited. I have worked so hard on building up my collection and I can tell you right now that this is not going to be like one of those crazy makeup collection videos you see on YouTube with like thousands and thousands and thousands of products. I don't get PR, so companies don't send me free makeup. So everything that I have, I've either purchased myself or I've purchased through credit cards. It's very, very rare that somebody actually purchases makeup for me because they don't really know exactly what I want. I don't think, besides some of the lipsticks that were given to me by my mom, I think everything else, yeah, I purchased myself. So I'll just tell you that it's not a crazy collection. I'm always working on building it. I love playing with makeup. I love the packages of makeup. I just think makeup is just such a fun thing. In no way, shape, or form will I ever use every product down to the pan, but again, that's part of being the makeup collector part. I just really enjoy, again, buying new makeup and playing with it, and then I get to put it away with the rest of my stuff and pull it out at a later time. I will let you guys know that the palettes will not be included on the video. You are going to see like a little sneak peek, but I have a lot of palettes, I will admit that, and I didn't want to just like fly through them super fast, so this wasn't an hour-long video. So the first part is going to be taking a look at everything except for the palettes, but then we're going to do a part 2 that's just dedicated to the palettes. So I hope you guys don't mind that, and I hope you understand the reasoning behind it. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoy seeing my makeup collection, so let's get right into it. Alright you guys, so we are about to dive in. So this is what my makeup collection looks like. I just have a desk here. Here are all my palettes. There again will be a part 2 looking at all of those, so I just kind of pulled them out for now. But I'll just show you briefly some of the decor. So I have this little camera thing which I actually want to spray paint gold because there's a lot of gold in my bedroom. I saw this S for ShayzoenayYT. You choose. I actually got that at Michael's and I just really liked how it was wood because eventually I'm going to be replacing these acrylic drawers. They're very dirty. You're going to see that. I promise. I went through everything and I cleaned everything. Just these acrylic drawers don't clean very well and that's why I don't like them. So eventually I'm hoping to maybe go to a thrift store and be able to find like cool and vintagey boxes to kind of store everything in, or like drawer sets similar to these. We just have a column up here that's actually holding some lipsticks and also this little 4th of July themed cat ears. I like to try to get a bunch of these so I can theme them with my makeup tutorial. Also, I just have a printer over here, nothing too exciting. I do have this picture of Ella and I absolutely love it. It got a little banged up. I always keep it up here. It always makes me smile. I do have just this pink peppermint foot cream from Lush, a tape dispenser, a postage stamp, which ironically both of them are empty. This ship, I don't know if you remember, but my husband and I did a time lapse building that ship. I loved that. We have to do that again. It wasn't a super popular video, but that's not what I'm about. If you've been around with me for a while, that's okay to me. That's 100% okay to me. I really enjoyed building that with him, so I might try to ask him if he wants to do another time lapse Lego build. But let me go ahead and sit you guys down. We will jump right into these drawers and I'll show you what we got. So I'm just kind of realizing that, you know, filming against the window doesn't always work out in your best interest, but we will make it work. So up here is where I keep all of my MAC lipsticks, as you can see. I also have some Kat Von D lipsticks as well. I got this clear lipstick container a long time ago. You can find them a lot of different places. I've seen them at Forever, the Container Store, Bed Bath & Beyond, any kind of home, even Marshall's. I've seen these before. You could also get them off Amazon, but the MAC lipsticks that are in here, I flipped upside down so I could see the name easy, but I do have a couple over here. So this one is Half and Half, which I believe was my very first MAC lipstick. I'm not going to go through everything. This one is Pink Plaid, which is like a nice soft kind of nudie pink. I believe this one here is Candy Yum Yum. Let me see, yeah. I could just tell by the packaging. This is Candy Yum Yum, which is like my favorite hot pink. The other ones, let me see, we have Rebel, which actually the cap is on the wrong one because the Rebel was a holiday collection lipstick, and I don't even think I've used this in yet, maybe, but it's a really nice, like, dark plum, or it looks it, but it's more like a cranberry plum shade. But we also have Cyber, which I'm just gonna swatch like the kind of cool lipsticks. This one is super dark. Two like really, really good fall shades, but definitely this one's more plum and this one's more like a cranberry. I also have MAC Red back here. Please Me, another nice soft pink. Ladybug, another red. Cream in Your Coffee, which I actually think that really was my very first one because it's just a nice nude, and I was very new to lipstick. I don't know why are these so jacked up? I guess some of them got a little banged up. A little bit dark for what I think I'd go for. I bought that back in high school, but I really like it. Shy Shine, which I wore on my wedding day, and then we have Russian Red back here, another red. So that's all the MAC lipsticks. I just decided to pull this thing down so you could see it easy because it was a little too dark up there. But if you have two of these Kat Von D lipsticks in one of these little boxes, they sit up nicely like that. I'm just missing one for this red one. This red one is called Outlaw. We have Backstage Bambi, which is this hot pink one. This purple one is called LUV. We have Mother back here, which is that pink one. And then we have Damned next to that, which is like a black cherry color, which I actually used in my Get Ready Anniversary, wedding anniversary video this year. And then these two, this one is like my all-time favorites out of the one that I have. This is Bow and Arrow, and then I have Wicked, which is their black liquid lipstick. So that is all the lipsticks that I keep up here. Underneath all of this stuff, I just have this acrylic container, which I'm pretty sure I've shown in a vlog before. I just don't remember how long ago, but ooh. But the rhinestones I got from Michaels, and then I also got this container with Michaels, so this top comes off, and then you have individual little, almost like pill cartridges, I guess you could say, and I color-coded all of these rhinestones, so if I'm doing a look and I need like blue rhinestones or green rhinestones, I can find them really, really easily, so I just always keep the cap on. And yeah. Alright, now getting into the drawers of our first acrylic container. As I mentioned, these are so difficult to keep clean. Like, I literally went through all of this yesterday and wiped it down. It just does not want to come off, so excuse that. But we'll start at the first drawer, which is the least exciting drawer out of all of these. This just has like my miscellaneous stuff. So I have, actually, these are heel. They're heel nails, but I have stuff like Spirit Gum, which, good lord, I think this thing leaked. Oh no, it's stuck. Pretty sure it's stuck in there forever, so that's cool. But we have some chapstick, just some samples, an eyeshadow primer. This actually goes to my eyelash curler. They're just a little extra pieces. We have a sharpener here for my pencils, which clearly needs to be emptied as I put it back. I'm just going to get these swatches off real quick because it's going to drive me nuts all video if I don't. In this next drawer, I just keep a couple of glitters and pigments. Both pigments are from MAC, and this was back when they used to actually give you like samples of the pigments. I guess they don't do that anymore, but this is a green pigment. I'm not sure of the color. It fell off of the label, but I did use quite a bit of it. And then this other one is tan. It's almost like a bronze shade. It's actually really, really pretty. I also have this lip glitter that I tried for my 4th of July video. And then we have the little applicator down here. But I only used a little bit of it, so I didn't want to just toss it. I have more glitters and pigments I'm going to show you in a few minutes. Opening up our next drawer, our longest drawer, this is my eyeliner drawer. And honestly, I don't buy a ton of eyeliners. I do have some NYX jumbo eye pencils, which are kept somewhere else, so I do have a few more than this. But you can see I have a couple of these hard candies. I have a blue and a purple one. This focusing though right now is just out of its mind. I have a couple of these NYX liquid liners. I've definitely shown these in videos before. These are the NYX liquid crystal liners. So I have one in this teal, one in a silver, and then I have one down here that's not sparkly, but it's in a gold. I also have a NYX Wonder Pencil in just a nude color for my waterline. I have a Scandal Eyes by Rimmel London in like this nice blue. I have this Lasting Drama, like super blue liner from Maybelline. I don't even know. I never use black eyeliner, like pencil liners. This is Revlon Color Stay. It's just black, but it doesn't fit this way because it's too long, so that's why I kind of have to have it doing its own thing. Did I just say thing? I have a Smashbox gel liner, and I'm just not a big fan of this. And then I just have a NYX glitter pigment in here, or a glitter primer rather, to help glitter stick and adhere to the lids. So again, you'll see some more glitter later. So that is our third drawer. In this drawer, there was one year where I was obsessed with these Too Faced melted. I have some melted metal ones in here, and I have the original melteds. I wish I could take all my money back and put it all toward the matte ones because these are gorgeous, but they don't really have staying power. So these more, I just kind of wear the nudes if I know I'm gonna have to reapply, or you know, I will wear the reds and stuff, but it's just known that I'm gonna have to reapply it at the super like dark plum shade, a bunch of reds. I think these two are definitely two of my favorites. This one here is from the original melted, and I believe it's in Chihuahua. Yes, it's like a nice soft almost rose mauve-y pink. And then I have one from the melted line, and ever since I've had this one is called Debutante, I believe, or Debutante, something like that. I've never been corrected, so I'm not 100% sure, but this one's just like a really nice peach shade. Quick pause in the video. I ended up moving my drawers over so it's facing the window. I feel like I was getting a little bit of some weird shadows, so hopefully this lighting is a little bit better, but we are continuing to move down. So these two drawers here are all my ColourPop liquid lipsticks. Not all of them. I maybe have 3 of them in my everyday makeup bag that I pretty much wear all the time. But it's kind of funny because you can see that these ones are very used. The packaging, the silver is getting very worn off, and then these 4 look brand new. I don't wear reds, I don't wear teals, I don't wear purples that often, but nudes and pinks are kind of my go-tos. So I'll just quickly show you kind of what I have in here. This one is called Bumble, which I actually don't think I've worn this one yet, and I don't know why. Ooh, that was a little weird, but this is such a pretty color. This actually would have been gorgeous to wear today. So I'm going to leave this out because I may change my lipstick. But we also have a couple from the Hello Kitty line, and I do have one downstairs because I just filmed a makeup tutorial using it. This one is called Milk Bottle, such a pretty pink. This one is called First Base. It's just a little lighter than Milk Bottle is. Beeper, which is just kind of, it reminds me a lot of the Times Square that I wear all the time, just a little bit darker. I think it comes out a little darker than it looks in packaging. So that is the first drawer, of course, excluding Bumble, which I'm gonna try to wear in a little while. But then we have these 4 over here. This one is called Litchi, and I don't think I've worn this one yet either, but with the fall and winter here, I'm really excited to pull out my purples. I have this one, which is called LAX, super deep red, like a brick red, Mr. M, which was featured in, oh my gosh. Actually, I don't know if that video is out yet, but I created a tutorial maybe last month using this shade. So I have worn it on my lips once and it's so pretty. And then this other red that I have here is called Avenue. And I feel like I feel like I have one more red hiding somewhere. Maybe not from ColourPop. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But I have left room because ColourPop is one of my favorite affordable brands, and I know I'm gonna get some more in the near future. Speaking of ColourPop, going into our next drawer, this is all my ColourPop single eyeshadows. I do have more single eyeshadows, but this drawer was just specifically for ColourPop. There's a lot more room to get more of these shadows that I know I'm gonna be purchasing soon. I think most of these, if not all, are these super shock shadows. So they're highly, highly pigmented. This one right here came from the Hello Kitty line, but I think that's the only one that I had in that collection. I was, however, swatching some of these, trying to get ideas for future makeup tutorials, and I saw this one, and when I unboxed it the first time, I was obsessed. And this one is called Baby Talk, and I was like, oh, a red, I could totally do that for the holidays, but after swatching it a second time, I realized that it's more of like a fuchsia than a red. So I'm going to do a super quick swatch because I'm really inspired to use this shadow. I just have to kind of come up with a look for it. You do have to keep these really tight or they can kind of dry up on you, but you can even see that shift in there. But it's more like a fuchsia red. See, it's much more pink than I assumed. I know that's a terrible swatch. I'm doing everything upside down at the moment, but I thought it was like a red, but it's certainly more like a fuchsia. So I'm not going to go over all of these because, again, you have seen them. You have seen the swatches. I'll link the ColourPop videos down in the description if you have not, so you can see me unbox these and swatch them for my first reaction. Some more single eyeshadows are down here, and this one is dedicated to NYX. Some of these are my absolute favorite. I love Craving, which is like this slate gray. STFU is gorgeous. I have not tried this one yet, and it's such a pretty color for the fall. So maybe with like my Naked Heat palette, I'll definitely have to give this a try. Oh, I mean, the pigmentation's okay. I mean, it's pretty. It's definitely pretty, something I could certainly use. I know Covet back here, which is this green one, I'm not really a big fan of. It just wasn't very pigmented. Neither was this blue, which the blue one is called Electro Shock. Was it? Or am I thinking of another one? Let me see really quick. I mean, it comes off nice on the finger, although I should have just used a different finger, but yeah, I mean, really? So some of these are really amazing in pigment and some are just, ugh. Like this yellow one I just used the other day, and this one wasn't bad. I think I had to go over it a couple of times, but I mean, it really wasn't that terrible. I mean, girl, if the yellow is showing up more than a blue, there's a problem. And then I have this just red one back here. This is from the Primal Colors. And this is just a really, really, really red, just a red shadow. I mean, the pigmentation's kind of whatever, but I used this for my Patriots look I did a couple of years back. And then I have two of these baked shadows. And I loved baked eye shadows because once you wet them, they have some serious pigmentation. So I have a gold and then I have this kind of blue. So that completes our entire first acrylic drawer. Let me drag the other one over here and then we'll take a look at the middle console last. So we'll just begin with what is on top. So I have some of these bath salts. I don't really use bath salts often just because I don't really take baths that often. But these salts are from Bayless and Harding. Oops, I'm getting some some eyeshadow on this. But this is a limited edition jojoba silk and almond oil bath soak crystals. So whenever I take a bath, I usually try to throw like in a Lush product or bath salts. Just again, because if I don't take that many baths, I try to make it like worth it and I try to really take care of my skin. I usually just keep this right on top. It just has a bunch of my studs so they don't get lost, a bunch of pearls, little earrings that can get lost easily. Back here I have my Look Ma New Hands hand lotion, I love this stuff. And then I have a couple of different hand sanitizers from Bath & Body Works, just because if I'm working with makeup a lot, if I'm going to touch my face, of course I want to keep my hands sanitized. And then up here, which I'll pull down for you guys to see, is like this crystal, it almost reminds me of like a martini glass. But in here I keep my jumbo eye pencils, besides my milk one because I use that all the time. But I have one in Sparkle Leopard, we have Sparkle Nude, we have this blue called Peacock, a black called Black Bean, a gray called Slate, and a green called Rocky Mountain, and this green one is literally brand new. So I like to use these as like an eyeshadow base. So if I know, okay, I'm gonna do a full green eye today, I'd probably put this all over my lid. So I keep these in here. Now let's dive right into the drawers. So on our top drawer are all or most of the NYX lingerie line. Oh, if you guys were with me when I was trying to get my hands on 1 through 12 and do a full swatching video for you guys, that was a freaking nightmare, and it never happened because I had 1 through 11 and then 12 was impossible to get. Not legitimately, one of these was really hard to get my hands on. It kept selling out. Then I'd finally get my hands on it and then like lose number 3. It kept happening so much that I just gave up. But I do have quite an extensive collection of these. I really do love them. They're not like my favorite formula. They can get a little bit drying, and you might have to reapply or touch up after several hours. I mean, they do last quite a long time. They're just not my top favorites. I would definitely say the Kat Von D's are a little bit better than these, but these are more affordable. So, but we do have number 1 in Honeymoon, number 2 Embellishments, number 3 Lace Detail, number 4 Ruffle Trim, number 5 Beauty Mark, number 6 Push Up, number 8 Bedtime Flirt, so I'm missing number 7, number 9 Corsets, number 10 Teddy, number 11 Baby Doll, which is one of my favorites, and then number 12 Exotic. So I think I'm only missing number 7, so that's pretty good. I almost have a full collection here. In our next drawer is kind of a little bit of, not really miscellaneous lipsticks, but lipsticks I don't really gravitate towards that much. This collection started when I was super into drugstore, like when I was still in high school. You know, I didn't have like a lot of money. I was obviously in school full time. I was working about maybe 30 hours a week. So I did spend quite a bit of money at drugstores, but I did not go into Sephora for a long time. But I have some of the bombs from Color Rich. Or is that, I feel like these are a Maybelline product. Oh, a L'Oreal product. So I have 2 of those. I have some of these CoverGirl, they don't want to say, CoverGirl lipsticks here. They're 3 like nude shades. I have some of these from Revlon, and honestly I really loved the packaging of these when I first got them. I mean, I still think they're kind of cute packaging, but I don't think they were super pigmented. Yeah, they're really sheer, so nice color, but just super sheer. And I've recently just been into a lot of like pigmented lipsticks. Same thing with these. These are the Whisper collection from Maybelline. So I have 4 of these Whisper lipsticks, and again, I think these are just kind of, I think these are also kind of on the sheer side. Woo! Yeah, like super, super sheer. So they're nice for like a flush of color, or if I'm going for like a really, really natural look, but I still want some color, I'd probably reach for these. Other than that, I think this is, yep, a Revlon lipstick. I think this came from Party Proof matte lipstick in Peony from Model Co. I think I must have gotten this in a Birchbox, and then I have one Wet n Wild lipstick, which honestly can come out. I'm never going to use it. In our next drawer, again, some more lipsticks. These I was obsessed with, and I don't remember why. These are from Maybelline. I have 4 different shades. Oh, these are called the Elixir. I remember going to the drugstore and like trying to get all of these, but I'll just swatch this one. It's just a little bit sticky. Oh, I'm sucking at filming today. I'm sorry. Again, I'm doing this upside down, so a little bit difficult. But just really sheer and a little bit streaky, and it's also a little bit sticky. Three things I'm not a huge fan of, but at the same time, I don't like to throw them out because if I have like a super pigmented berry lips, but I want a little more gloss, but don't really want it to take away from the lipstick that I have on, I would just throw on this for that sheen, but without adding too much color. So that's why I like to hold on to a lot of the stuff, even if I may not wear it all the time. I know there's always going to be a use for it. I do have a couple new lipsticks in here as well. I have this Stay Matte from Rimmel London, and I know I have a pink one, and I'm kind of wondering where the heck that went, because I could put it with this one. I'll have to keep my eyes open for that. I also have this Viva Matte Liquid from Maybelline, and then I have my Smashbox Be Legendary Metal Lipstick, and I started a series with these lipsticks. I kept it in the box just because I liked the packaging, to be honest with you. But I was gonna do like a makeup tutorial for every lipstick in this line, and these are beautiful. They're just not long lasting. And I do have my eyes on some liquid lipsticks from Ciate. I don't know how, Ciate, and they're like super glittery. I do like the fact that these are a metal, not just a glitter. Sorry, that's upside down. So I'm going back and forth. Maybe I'll go back to the Smashbox and pick up a couple of the colors I saw. There was one bronze shade that was a Sephora exclusive that was gorgeous. And I think there was a red and maybe like a blue I had my eyes on. So I don't know. Again, maybe I'll go back and just get the colors that I really, really want. And then with the Ciate brand, get more of the shades because they have a smaller collection. So I'm not sure what I want to do with that. And that's kind of why that series has been put on hold, because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do before I go out and spend some money. So that is pretty much everything that's in this drawer. These two small drawers we'll get into next. I'll show you my blush drawer. I do have more blushes, but these are like the two blushes that I keep in my collection because they definitely have come in handy in the future. Didn't I wash my hands from swatches and then... Anyways, I have this one compact from e.l.f. and it's a super glittery, like almost Barbie pink blush. And there's no way that I'm going to wear this every single day. I mean, it is glittery. But if I ever want to do like a super pink or like kind of a Barbie inspired tutorial, that's why I hang on to this one. And it was super cheap. And then this one is from Milani. Same kind of deal. It's pink and then it has a lot of kind of shimmer in it. This one, however, is more like a baked blush than a pressed powder. And these are terrible swatches and I swatched one on top of the other. But this lighter pink one is from Milani and then the e.l.f. one is this darker, more baby, or like a hot pink. So there is a difference and that's why I keep both in my collection. Then in here are my Maybelline Color Tattoos. Same kind of concept as the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils. However, these come in a little compact here or a little jar here. And then they're almost like creams. Same thing as the ColourPop ones. You want to keep these tied on quite tight or they can dry out on you. Oh no. They can dry out on you. Oh, this one's dry. I'm just gonna check these really, really quick because I'm hoping that they're not all dried out. Oh Lord. I don't even think I used this one yet. Let me see. Oh, this purple one's not bad, but I could definitely see... Yeah, I'm going to hang on to the purple one because it's not dried out. Let's try this blue one. Look, these are like barely touched. This one's a little bit dry, but still workable. I feel like if I just sprayed them a little bit with a setting spray, it would kind of revive them. So the ones that I definitely can't save, I did put aside and I am going to toss. I do have one more here. I used to use these literally all the time in high school. Like the Bad to the Bronze one was my ish. Like this one's pretty. I mean, not like a super pretty color, but I could see like a grunge coming from that, and it's not bad. So I'm gonna pack this away. So I went from 5 to 3, which is okay. It's always good to go through your makeup collection. So that's what I have in that drawer. This one, I believe, oh, you are packed to the brim. This one is definitely just a lot of miscellaneous lipsticks. So I have a butter lipstick from NYX in here. Ugh, whoops. This one's kind of, it's kind of dirty, and I don't think I'm really going to use the color often, so I think I'm going to get rid of that. But I have a Naked lip gloss in here. A Marc Jacobs sample I think I got from, oh my gosh, my throat. I think I got from Sephora, but it's really, really cute, and the color is really pretty. Super creamy, super pigmented, so I'm going to keep it on because it's actually a really gorgeous like holiday red. So I may pull this up again closer to Thanksgiving or Christmas. I have a couple of Palladio liners back here. A lot of my Nabby lipsticks are back here. Revlon lip glosses. I keep a couple of like these really high shine glosses for looks, but that's pretty much what's in this drawer. Just kind of a smorgasbord of just all different kinds of branded lipsticks. So that is what's in there. And then our last drawer is super, super random. I keep some extra lashes in here, kind of like the crazy lashes. I have my bunny teeth that I used this past Easter. Why do I have an Allen wrench in here? Lord knows. I have the infamous Scylla sponge. The one that I tested, I threw out, but I, for some reason, got a second one in the mail that came in like this little box. So this one had never been used, so I figured I would just kind of hang on to it for nostalgia. Remember that time I tried that crappy product? Yeah, me too. And then this one is a Revlon Photo Ready Skin Lights. The packaging is super dirty, but I used to put this in with my foundation. Put way too much, but I mix this into my foundation. I more so do it during the spring and summer where I want a more dewy look. So I'm not so mattified, and then during the winter I kind of gravitate more to matte face products, so I pack that away for the warmer months. Last but not least, we have this middle acrylic piece. You can see a whole bunch of palettes back here, which again are just gonna be in part 2. So I'm gonna show you my highlighters and blushes, my pigments and glitters, and then that's pretty much it because back here is still empty. There's no makeup back there. So we'll start right down here. So I have a couple of highlighters up here that I don't use too often, but I do gravitate toward. So this first one is from Naked, or Urban Decay. It's the Naked Illuminated. I believe this one is in, yes, Aura. It is so pretty, but it's very, very, very glittery. So I kind of use this. Ugh, I gotta wash my hands, y'all. This one is so, so pretty, but it's very, very shimmery and sparkly. So I kind of like to use this one during the holidays. I'll put it on my skin. So like if my shoulders are showing or my collarbones are showing, I put this on as a little bit of highlight, and it just gives my skin such a pretty look. Then I have this Stila highlighter in the shade called Kitten, and this is actually really, really pretty. Kind of on the sheer side as a highlight. It's certainly nothing like incredibly blinding. It just kind of adds a little bit of that glow. So a lot of the times I'll just put this over an existing highlighter to give it a little bit something extra. Then I have my one liquid highlighter from High Beam. This was the very first highlighter I had ever used. Where the heck am I going to swatch this? I'm running out of space. I guess I'll put it on my finger. So you just kind of paint it on like a paintbrush and then work it out with your finger. I'm just not huge into liquid highlighters. Maybe more for like, again, the summer and spring where I'm kind of going for a more dewy effect. But if I'm super mattified, I definitely stray away from the liquid highlighters, but it's pretty. Again, nothing too blinding, so it's more of a natural glow. Then I have 3 blushes back here I'm going to show you. So the makeup that I use every day or reach toward very often is not up here. It's downstairs in my train case, so I do have more products that you're not seeing today, but these are just 3 of the blushes that if I'm not grabbing my everyday blushes, I'm probably grabbing these 3. If I'm not grabbing these 3, it's the other 2 I showed you in the acrylic case. So I do have one from MAC, and I got this during their holiday collection a couple of years ago. This one is called Modest Blush, and it's so pretty. It's super natural, super nude, like it almost wouldn't show up. I'm super pale, but it just gives me a very flush color, like very little color. So if I'm kind of doing a look that I'm concentrating with a big bold eye or big bold lips and I just want a tiny bit of color, I'd grab this one. Then I have, these are 2 out of the 3 Milani blushes that I have. These are their powder blushes, and they're so pretty with the packaging because they have roses on them, and I'll show you a brand new one in just a moment. The one that I use all the time is in the color called number 1 Romantic Rose. This one is called number 8 in Tea Rose. So it's just a little more pink where the other one is a little more mauve. Honestly, this one's not swatching well at all, but on the cheeks, it's very pretty. And then this one I have not used yet. This one is so pretty though, and I just missed my opportunity to use it in the summer and spring because I didn't organize my makeup collection and I forgot about it. This one is in number 5 Coral Cove. So just like the title suggests, it's just a gorgeous coral shade. So that's what it looks like when you first buy them with the pressed rose. I think it's so pretty. I'm wondering if this one will maybe swatch a little bit better. Yeah, that one definitely showed up on my finger much better than the other one did. But those are the blushes that I keep up here. Then, if I scooch y'all over for a moment, these 2 back here are just my extra lashes. As you can tell, I always use my 615s Salon Perfect lashes. I absolutely love these. Now, these are all my glitter and pigment shades. I'm not going to go through every single one of them with the color, but down here I have these mini NYX pigments in a whole bunch of different colors. I actually think I gave these away in my very first giveaway I ever did here on YouTube. So I do keep a bunch of them and use them myself. Right behind the NYX pigments, we have my NYX Glitter Brilliance. So these are all my little glitters. So we have one in Crystal. I did an Instagram video on this, and I'll also be using it for Get Ready With Me in December. But this is in Gunmetal. It's almost black, but it's a really dark gray. We have just plain silver, and then we also have this teal shade. I feel like it's because I've been talking so much, and this is the most I've talked all day. So my voice is like, ugh. We're almost done though. We only have 3 products left to show you in today's video. Last but not least are my MAC pigments. So this one is in Old Gold. These are so incredibly pigmented. This one is in Naked. It's one of my favorites. As you can see, it's almost half empty, which is kind of crazy. Love this one for an all over lid pigment. And then my last one is called Copper Sparkle, which is like an orangey copper, super metallic shade. This is so pigmented. Oh my god, just look at that. The worst swatch I could ever. I'm gonna pat it because seriously, this stuff is so amazing. Oh. So that was my entire makeup collection, again, not including the palettes. I hope you guys really enjoyed going through each drawer with me and really getting to see what products that I kind of gravitate towards, what products that I've been loving. I really wanted to film this now. I've been holding off on doing my vanity tour for a long time because I wanted to have just basically more to show you guys because I'm always collecting makeup. But I sat down with myself and I said, you know what, I have enough to show, and I'm always going to be building my collection. As I mentioned, the acrylic drawers eventually will be no more. I cannot keep them clean for the life of me. So I look forward to, in the future, you know, revamping my vanity a little bit. Of course, once we move, whenever that is, I'll have a brand new setup. So I look forward to, in the future, maybe in a couple of years, coming back and filming another vanity tour. And that way I can look back to what I had now and what I have then and see how my collection grew, see if my style changed at all. I think it would just be a lot of fun to see that growth. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless, and I hope you're excited for part 2. Remember, it's the palettes. I'll put that out fairly soon, so just keep your eyes open. You can always go ahead and hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss any new videos. Please go ahead and also subscribe and throw a like on this video if you did enjoy. I hope to see you guys in my part 2. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!